The act of creating magic. How do you create magic? Magic, a very, very interesting topic. It is a word that is feared by so many who are ignorant. Even just like biology, like chemistry, like physics, magic, witchcraft, and sorcery, there's nothing to be scared of. They say people perish because of lack of knowledge, and people fear that which they don't understand. And when the word witchcraft is used to a lot of people who call themselves Christians, the first thing that happens is, oh, witchcraft, evil. I just want to clarify this. Magic, be it witchcraft, be it sorcery, be it whatever. A magician knows one thing. If I kill, I'll be killed. If I harm, I'll be harmed. And even the term witchcraft, using the force of nature to your advantage. It is a craft. It's nothing to be scared of. So it's like chemistry, it's like biology, it's like alchemy. If you go into a lab and you mix the wrong ingredients together, you can create an explosion that can kill you. So as a magician or as a witch, you also know how to have your stuff in order. You just don't put out any kind of energy, because whatever energy or whatever thought or whatever chemistry you put out there, in return sometimes it will harm you. So it is a craft that is mastered by a few. If you go down centuries, it has always been the wise people. They've called them the wizard. They've been the people with long beard, long hair, and they always look so creepy, so weird. It's because it required a lot of concentration and a lot of attention, and it was knowledge that wasn't available just to any kind of Jack and Jane. You just cannot be some ordinary person to be able to study the act. You have to be a person of discipline. And for the God or for the Spirit to bestow upon one this kind of knowledge, you had to have a lot of discipline in your world. And if you did not, you cannot go studying these kinds of act, because there's consequence to the ones who misuse it. Same like prayer. If prayer is me talking to God, witchcraft is like me being able to move, like cosmic energies around or bending reality. So there's nothing to be scared about, like things like this, magic and witchcraft. And I tell people, due to what is going on in the world right now, you need to study these kinds of act, because it helps you to keep you grounded and focused on what you're trying to do and where you're trying to go. If you go back down centuries, witches were consulted by people who thought justice was not served to them. I know this topic is going to scare a lot of people, but people who know me, I don't want the following of the 99%. Because anytime you follow the 99%, you are doomed to failure. You're doomed to go in a cycle. And I always tell people, if you belong to the 99%, then you're going down, the wrong road, because the 99%, it's run by so much ego. It's run by you saying things so people can like you or whatever. But when you're going this kind of route, a spiritual route of consciousness, you don't want the 99% on your side ever. It's the worst thing and the last thing you want. Oh, people to love you. I want my family to love me. I want my friends to love me. No. You come into the world by yourself. Your job is to find your tribe and love them hard. Who will be family for the homeless people? Who will be family for the kids whose parents have died? Who will be family for the outcasts? Who will be family for them? So sometimes we attach ourselves to things, and the world wants us to be scared. Oh, if you need this, you need this. No, right within you is the world. The world is inside of you. You are complete. With or without anyone, you're a complete being. And if you find yourself being very, very weak, needing people, to consolidate you throughout this life, then you will be going in circle. Because at the end of the day, you get to take off your clothes and look at yourself in the mirror. And if you don't like what you see, it will cause you a lot of frustration, a lot of depression. Where am I going with all of this? I'm saying you should look within your own self, and you should fall in love with you, and you should know you are what matters, and you should speak your truth and know that this path is your path. This journey is your journey. And if you're not walking in your truth or in your element, then you're going to be swayed by others. When the tides go left, you're going to go left. When the tides go right, you're going to go right. And you're going to find yourself always trying to find yourself. I see people at the age of 60, 70. Oh, I'm still trying to figure out who I am. No. The first thing you should do while you come into the world is to try to figure out who you are. That's why the sages, they said, know thyself. Because when you know yourself, you're not swayed. You're not moved. And sometimes you will not be liked by so many. And you will not be followed by so many. And you should know who you are, because when you know who you are, you don't really care who follows you. You don't even care about even your own family. I know it's harsh to say or whatever. If people care about you, good. If they don't, that's fine. You're not seeking the attention of people, but you're just living your truth. Because most people, they're not living their truth. They're living in so much lie, in so much mediocre, where they're careful what they say. They want to dress a certain way. They don't want to leave. This is who I am. I've accepted who I am, and who I am, it's God. Who I am is powerful. Who I am, it's pure spirit. Who I am is pure potential. But you must speak greatness into your own self, and not care whether people speak greatness into you. For you are the gods that you seek, and when the God that which you seek is discovered by you, then you are able to move mountains, and you're able to sing a song that will be danced by so many. For only in this does the being connect to the God force that is himself, and the God force receives and shows you and begin to open doors that few will ever have access to. This reality is but a dance. It's but a wave. But so often we get caught up in the wave without really understanding so much of it. We get caught up in the five senses, not knowing there's so many, realms, there's so many dimensions within this cosmic universe. And when we've never experienced, other universe, they say other universe, they comes and go, just like the wave. But when we have never experienced other form of reality, then we think this reality is all that there is. But I challenge you to know thyself and to see what lies beyond this reality. For this being is God. And for you to come to know that and to recognize who you are, the doors of heaven opens to you while you're on earth, and you become a walking God. And to come to this realization is to come to know God. I urge you to go and know yourself, for only knowing thyself, the God force that is inside reveals itself. For the teacher was one asked, "Teacher, are you God?" He said, "Oh yes, I am God, and I'm here to also tell you, you are gods." Go be God. Love yourself, respect yourself, and treat yourself right. For you are the God you are seeking. Namaste.